Alright folks, welcome back to For Johan. We are back. Second leg, semi-finals of the Europa League, away at Bilbao. It's going to be tough because we have a strong lead, 5-1 from that first leg, but they have an away goal. And if they score, then, as I said in the last video, if they score really a couple of times, it really does. You start to, the panic sets in. And in case we needed a reminder, I'm just going to show you a result from Liverpool in the Champions League. Excuse the keyboard. You can see Champions League, they lost 4-1. So PSG had a 5-1 lead from that first leg. And then look at that, 6-1. So we could get that, no problem. Today, that could be what happens to us. So we have to make sure that it doesn't. So how are we going to do that? We're going to play on the counter system, and obviously it needs rotation because we only played 2 days ago, and before that we only played 2 days ago. So out goes Veltman because he's the only one. In come back in the nice front three, and Neres, Sim de Jong, and Younes. But out goes Veltman, in comes Zefweek. Now, hopefully, we're not going to lose 4-0 because we don't want to. We want to go through and play a final, don't we? So I'll see you pitch side, and fingers crossed we'll be progressing. So those are your teams then. Now, we said it last time, Bilbao's squad is very strong, especially in attacking areas, and they've got key personnel at the back in Laporte and San Jose. Now, we got at them last time and we won the game that way. If we can do it again, if we score, I make us winners. But if they score early, I'm going to be panicking. So, without any further word, let's get this game started. This is game 3 of a crunch 4 games for us, potentially 5. We've won the first 2. Can we win this third and secure our place in a Europa League semi-final at the first attempt after what appeared to be... Oh, that had gone in, it would have been great. After what appeared to be a road to sacking. So, I mean, we're only 50 seconds in. We've lashed one over the bar, and there's a chance we lose out, we're crowded out, but Younes gets good hunger from the lad. He's had a rest, not a proper rest, because he's had the rest that you'd normally expect, and it's not really worked out. Raul Garcia play at Sassueta and crossed. Neres heads away, but only as far as Arambriani. Iterespe, Raul Garcia just outside and had to be saved with apparently another one of those near post crosses that the goalkeeper struggled with. And it's cleared on by Dolberg. And complete mess and crossed nowhere. So 2 minutes in, and I feel like I've aged 20 years, and it continues. Oh, can we not just have had an easy 0-0? Or could they not have had a man sent off, done a PSV, and then we'd have... Look at this, finding the space. If this continues like this, they're definitely going to score very early and probably score a couple, and that really will swing the tie. But even if we go out, semi-finals, given the start of the season we had, is pretty good. I know Ajax were in the final last year, but for us, for me, this is pretty good. David Neres taking a strike, and that was well fielded by Urbagozzo. So quarter now, it almost played now. It's settled down a little bit, but we have a throw in. De Jong brings it clear and had to be tipped around the post by Urbagozzo in the Bilbao goal, and we'll have a corner, although you wouldn't expect much to come from it. Schöne will take it and goes... Verba got... he was unmarked for the header. He got away from his marker and headed over the bar. So a free kick now, 23 minutes played. Most of Bilbao's players there rushing from deep, and when it comes to Iterespe, one of them, Munayin, skips away past the youngster Zefweek. Benyat, Zanana makes a bit of a fumble over it. A greasy ball goes out for a Bilbao corner. And 25 minutes played. At this rate, I know I said we'd probably... We'd probably... If we conceded a couple of early goals, we'd be on the back foot. At this rate, it's just going to be tight. Unless we manage to keep it as it is until 70 minutes, I'm panicked by this, to be honest, because they're just so good with the ball and so many creative attacking options. It's only a matter of time, as far as I can tell. Is Benyat... He's going back towards his own goal, but he finds an outball with Iterespe, and here they come now. They're moving forwards, and that's a good ball, and it's just wide. So we're almost past the half an hour mark. We're not quite. There's more chances to come. It's exploded again after a bit of a lull. And that's a poor ball. Here's Eunice to Schöne. Hopefully we can make our advantage count. Van der Beek to Schöne. I think I need to swap Schöne and Van der Beek around. They're the wrong. That's gone out for a throw. So, I mean, he's lucky I'm not taking him off. Yeah, I've made an error there. I should have realised I got my two midfielders in the wrong places. So let's make that change. And that's a good ball. Eunice, and that's a better strike than the one we just saw, where it went out almost into, well, you tell me. And a free kick this way to very close to goal, very nice distance, and chipped into the back of the net. The head drops as you sense that might be. We got through the opening half an hour. It's perfectly executed free kick, and they have the first that they need. They need another 3 to win the tie. That's not unrealistic. As we see another player in Dykes go into the book, so that's 2 yellow cards to us. Nothing for Bilbao so far. That's got to be a red card. A 2-footed look. They're doing a PSV. Get rid of DeMarcos. That swings the tie back in our favour. We won't be changing up to an attacking system, but we are going to stay on this. And really, with the extra man, that should negate any factor of their ability to move the ball. They're going to tie as quickly as we are chasing it, and let them shoot from there if that's all they're capable of doing. That's there's no excuses now. That's a good ball. David Neres will keep it in. And where's he going? He goes back in field. Dolberg's very isolated. You can see there. But he drifts back in. He finds the play. De Jong, David Neres. Oh, I thought he was going to squeeze in, but it's just turned away by the goalkeeper. I think we've had good chances. The goalkeeper's been a good. He's had to make long stretch saves to keep. Younes. Yeah, he's had to make full. He's had to extend himself to make these saves. Van der Beek, Dolberg. Can he strike? He can. It goes over the bar. Keeper beaten, but so was the crossbar. And not long to go until half-time. And suddenly we're... Van der Beek's picked up a knock, so we'll get him off. De Jong. That's surely a penalty, no? De Dykes now. Schöne to Zefweek. Dolberg comes out on the right flank. Tackled. Nothing doing. I think we'll make that change now. We'll get Van der Beek off. We don't want to risk the season. And who shall we bring on? I think it's going to have to be Gelson, because you can see there Sinkgraven would normally be my choice, but he's not well enough to play. It's a potential knee injury for Van der Beek, so hopefully that's nothing serious. Half-time, 1-0 down. We've conceded that free kick. And ultimately, the red card has turned the tie, and hopefully... and as I said in the last video, and Arnold looks stressed about me telling him to not be complacent. I mean... For pity's sake. Have you played football before? Still seems stressed. So I've got a stressed goalkeeper out. The players flew out. I've got a stressed goalkeeper out there for the second half. So yippity-doo. Here comes Neres. Nothing's going to happen from this, but we'll continue with it anyway. Here's Eunice and loses out. And Raul Garcia. That's a nice ball out to Minayin. He's a player I'd be interested in, or I doubt we were going to have the resources to be able to attract him. Dykes is Eunice. Dykes now. De Jong. We're moving it nicely. David Neres, a good strike. Low and hard, but the goalkeeper's there again. All we got, so we're not beating him so far today. That's a pass into good space. I don't know how that developed, but it's headed away. Benyak gives it back to Munayin, and that's not far wide. So even with 10 men, you can see there, they were flooding forward. It's good that we're still playing on counter, as far as I can tell. Fernandez! It's had the power, just no accuracy on that strike. Here's Dykes now, nearly an hour played, nothing much happening, which is good. David Neres, that's another great save. In fairness, they've only scored a free kick, and all we got so has kept him well in this game. He's made good saves. A free kick, a corner even. Oh, Eunice just wide. We're so close to putting this game out of sight for Bilbao, if it isn't already. And here's Fernandez to San Jose. Not our Fernandez, I should say. That was their Fernandez with a Z. Far more marketable. Here's Dolberg to Dykes. Here's Eunice. It's a good ball. Dolberg mops up. I thought it was going to be a penalty. And that's an away goal. It negates Bilbao's away goal. And surely we're heading... That's his 30th. Surely we're heading for a Europa League final for the first chance. Dolberg You see there, he's involved in the move early. Dykes gives it to Younes, and that's a great ball. It's a great tackle, in fairness. No penalty, absolutely. But it played it through nicely for Dolberg, who had a simple task of slotting beyond Orbit, the invincible Orbigozzo prior to that. And we're absolutely dominant now. I'd expect us to probably go on and win the game in the 90 minutes, never mind. Secure the progression. And David Neres does just that. He picks out his spot inside the near post. Xherdan Shaqiri-esque, if you saw his goal against Leicester recently. Lovely strike. I say recently, when this comes out, that might have been a few weeks ago. Apologies. I'm a little bit ahead because it's beta, and I'm conscious that we don't want to get to the point where the game comes out and we're halfway through a season. So that's a great strike by Neres. Lovely stuff. 2-1 on the night. We've taken full advantage of that red card. The red mist descended on the man in the red and white, and we should be taking the game away from them. Let's bring on Sinkgraven on the left side for Dykes. Not his favoured position at all, so apologies to him for that, but he's got it, you know. Everybody needs to pull in the same direction. Just a little under 10 minutes to go, and Bilbao for free kick. Beñat goes back to Raul Garcia, who chips it towards his line of attacking players, and a decent strike, but off target and on, and not even having to shift his feet. And we should be seeing this game out. We're definitely through, barring an absolute calamity. Younes back to goal. Goes long, he's not going to find Dolberg that way. And Bilbao's they're just coming for the last 10 minutes now, I think. They just want to show a bit of passion, a bit of pride, maybe see if they can reduce the deficit, maybe secure at least a win on the night. And I'm bored of seeing those, to be honest, a little bit. They don't happen that often in the real footballing world, and by often I mean ever. At this level, you know, I mean, you might get the odd one. Well, I don't think you even get the odd one. You know, I've played a bit of football, not at any kind of level of professional, semi-pro or whatever, but in my time of watching and playing football, I don't see crosses hitting the woodwork or causing a goalkeeper a near post issue like that, ever. But I stand corrected. Maybe you see it all the time where if you're watching, maybe it's prevalent in Spain and Dutch football, I don't know, but it just seems a little bit too much. And based on what other people have said, I think I am right. Just a few minutes ago, Zeefuik goes into the book, but nothing to be concerned about. Veltman will probably play the final, barring injury. So that should be it. We win on the night, and we win 7-2 on aggregate. There was no comeback, so we're 3 for 3 in the crunch games of the season. Our 4 cup finals, effectively. One of them was a cup final, and we now have another cup final to play. So 4 becomes 5. It's 3 out of 3. We're going to play at the Group Parma, which is in France. That's Lyon's team. Lyon's stadium. Lyon's. Nonsense. I'm giddy. We received 1.42 million for playing in that, and we'll play Lyon in the final, so they get a home game, effectively. That's yes. Ajax's riches against Lyon's more modest budget. Is it really? That's Ajax richer than Lyon? I mean, we might have more money in the bank at the moment, but I don't think we're necessarily richer. So what does that mean then? It's that Lyon final. We've got Excelsior to wrap up the league. Hopefully we'll win the league. And then we've got Lyon in the Europa League final. It has been a fantastic end to the season after a start of absolute devastation. Let's have a quick look at dynamics. We've actually got a little green sliver on the managerial support. Dressing room atmosphere. You know, this is camaraderie at its absolute best. The team is great. I've got full support from a few players. No one opposes me, and 21 have no opinion of me, but I expect that to change over the summer, especially if we win the league and the Europa League. That'll be fantastic, but we've got to really respect that Lyon are bigger fry than us. So we'll be back for the Excelsior game. It's vital that we win it to win the league, and I think winning the league is vital, so hopefully we'll win it. Do pop a like on there for a Europa League final appearance, and I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.